This is a part of a series of videos with mentor Judge Tejal Pandey for the Finding Solace contest of the Better Photography Weekly Challenge. Winners stand to receive some exciting prizes on behalf of our gifting partner Digitek. The smartphone category winner will get a Digitek Gimbal DS3005 worth 10,995 rupees. It is a sturdy 3-axis handheld gimbal that comes with app-based functions and numerous features that can enhance the quality of your videos. The DSLR category winner will receive a Digitek Tripod DTR 500ph worth 4,995 rupees. It is a lightweight tripod meant for professionals and is suitable to use with DSLRs and small camcorders. It is made of aluminium and offers steady support but is light to carry around. So, Tejal, I imagine that being cooped up indoors can make some of us feel like we're devoid of inspiration. How do you suggest that someone tackle that feeling?
I think within the house, there is a lot to get inspired by. I think basically indulging in activities that that you always longed to do but never had the time for, like I don't know, cooking or gardening, or like just spending some chai and gappa time with your family. It's like these kind of things which you really otherwise would not have had the chance to do. So I feel these are times that can really inspire you to make an image, and which can also which can make you feel that you're safe, you're fine, you're doing okay. And because this also momentarily or temporarily transports you to a different space, which is not right now, because we're constantly being like barraged with like news and like things about what is happening right now, which can be very disturbing. So I feel these are our temporary escapes to things which really help in times like these. But I think what is important here is that one needs to really be aware, and one needs to really ask which of these activities is really translating visually. Like, is it possible to make a picture out of really what is going on? Like, because something great might be happening in front of me, but maybe that doesn't really call for a great image, and maybe that is something that I can only write about, which is also another option to do. But we're not talking about that right now. Okay, so just some pictures which I thought were about the everyday and which were lovely. There is this page on Instagram called Everyday Run, which I follow, and a lovely image of probably the person's wife trying to give the man a haircut, and it says it's quarantine days is what it's called. Some more images from the same page of kids playing indoors, the other kids trying to like peep in. Um, the now very popular work from home. Um, then I think a bunch of friends, or I think family, trying to do like a picnic on the rooftop. So I think these are beautiful examples of what one can do with the everyday. Um, this is an image by Anshika, a photographer based in Delhi, and it's a very quirky image where she says that even the bed sheets need their vitamin D like all of us do. So I think it's a great image by Anshika Verma. This is an image that I made. So I have found the time to sort of get myself out of the house at least once in a day and go for a walk every single day. And exactly at about 5, because that's the time that I am not at home. I'm usually in office, longing to be out in the sun. Um, and I have been seeing these two birds every single day, and I think if I look at this image down the line, I think I will think of them, because I don't think once this is done, I will have the time to myself. This is again, another image that I made on one of my walks, of really sort of what the wind swept in, and the situation that we are in right now, where where things are just still. And food is something also that can bring me a lot of solace personally. So I cook occasionally, and this is a picture of this fancy whatever egg dish called the shakshuka that I made. These are images of, so it doesn't need to be anything fancy. It can be a simple like it can be a simple bowl of khichdi or whatever it is that you cook, and which can be shot interestingly. This is a lovely image by photographer Gauri Gill, um, who has made something um, so everyday, like a bowl of peas, because of the greens, and just because of the setting that it is in. It's a quirky and a lovely image, I feel. And of course, I don't know if if all of y'all see it, but I can see like there's a small smiley face on the plate. So I think that's also really sweet, and it's a quirky touch. This is, of course, a lovely image by Danita Singh, of a reflection of these stained glass windows in her house, and she calls it that time of the day. And it's really that time of the day. So being again very sort of aware of the light, being aware of, like you look at this and you don't have to look at a clock, and you know what time of the day it is, because this is exactly what happens every day at this time, and it's gorgeous. Um, this again a lovely image, from another page that I sort of check out um, often, called Visual Jam. And it's again about the time of the day, patches of light. And this again, it's lovely because you know it's somebody growing plants in the house, and it sort of talks about this quiet time which you wouldn't have otherwise. So it can be that, it can be just an image of looking at your child sleep. When do you get to do that in peace? So definitely that. um, I think another way of going about is to explore the spaces. It's very close to what we just spoke about, because it is sort of exploring different spaces within your house, and to those who have access to spaces outdoor, to really sort of look at those as well. Um, when one thinks of home, these are pictures that are made of other people's homes, from where I could see them. Um, these are pictures of beds. Some are made, some are unmade. Just the way the light falls on it. So definitely that is a possibility. This is it's a series of work by Sorab, and it basically talks about it basically shows pictures that he's made from his rooftop, and what he can basically see from there. So when one thinks about it, one actually thinks of the fact that the photographer might have been here every day of the week, but the dad and the child might not have been there, or the dad and the child actually found the time to finally spend some time, and he happened to be there at the same time. So I feel like this again sort of makes you very aware of the fact that this is a special time, and there are a lot of things happening out there which will not happen again when we do not have the time. So I feel like there's a lot going on there, so one should really be more observant about what one can shoot. Just more images by Surabhura from the same series. Very tender moments of people spending time with their pets, with their kids. This is some of the night. This is another set made by photographer John Stanmeyer, and basically he calls this set Through Windows, and it's looking at what he can see from his house outside. And these are very moody, very beautiful images taken from within the house itself. Again, and his captions are also very, I mean, he's written them very well. So he says that, in loving these days of quietness, a greater peace than I ever remember, these moments we're living in, the unknown. So that's what he says about some of these images, and very lovely work.
This is an image by fellow photographer and friend Parikshit Rao, from what he calls his outpost in the Himalayas, and it shows a bunch of parakeets in a pear tree. It's a beautiful image because it sort of reminds us of how we feel that we're stuck in time, but actually nature has a way of moving on. And this makes for a beautiful visual as well.
So another way of really looking for inspiration is to really dig into your archives or the piles of images that you have shot in the past and which have just been like lying there and like sort of crying to be given some attention and love. So get all of those out. I think just spend some time with them and not just look at them and be like, okay, I'm going to put this up, but actually spend time with your images, listen to the images, really sort of see what they make you feel. So I feel this is a great time of doing that because we have the time. So this is some of the images that I made a while ago. This was on a trip to Khajuraho of faceless statuettes, which I think sort of for me resonates with the time that we are in right now. And so this is something that I have pulled out and I'm trying to work with them. These are images which I made of Dharavi, and when Dharavi was in the news, I think last week, and it was a scary time because we actually thought that this thing could really explode. So I thought of this assignment which I did a few years ago, and of a happier time spent with these guys over 3 days, and I felt the need to sort of go back to these pictures and look at them. So which was what I eventually did. Um, these are in these are images which again I have pulled out from my archive. The one on the left is an image which I made almost I think 2 or 3 years ago, and the image on the right is one which I made in Feb this year. But both the images are in the same space, and which also talks about sort of the passage of time. And the image on the left is an image of my friend, and the image on the right is of a child who was not born then. So I feel like it sort of is again like I mean, it sort of tells you to stop and really look back and to look at the time that it has gone by or which is at hand right now.